we want to start after you had your first child, when you had the first miscarriage.
One right after we moved in. I can't even remember. I remember when I had in the tub. They were all stillborn. Every one of them.
Were they full term?
No, they were without me.
Okay, so how many do you think will we find in the garage?
Four. No, I was just so scared. I was so on drugs so bad that I choked it.
How did you choke it?
Yeah.
And I just said, what the hell is this? What have you done? And I always found something. She goes, oh, you did?
So she said it was yours. Logically, is that true?
I don't know, man. I never knew.
All this started on April 12, 2014, when Darren West returned home to Pleasant Grove, Utah, after 8 long years in prison. He was arrested in 2006 for cooking meth in his home. But little did anyone know that dealing with drugs was not the only dark secret that was hidden in their house of horrors. Darren had left his wife, Megan, and their 3 daughters behind. Megan too left after 1 to 2 brief years, after her in-laws found out she'd been having an affair. The granddaughters remained with them, but not before she left some very disturbing things behind. While moving back into his home, Darren finds a box in the garage and makes the worst discovery of his life after opening it. The box was giving off a strong smell, and when he opened it, he went into a full swing of panic and called 911. The detectives already expected the worst upon hearing Darren's voice, but the crime scene was far more sinister than what they had originally imagined.
Pleasant Grove Police.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Can I have an officer come to this address?
And your name?
My name's Darren West. I just found something in my garage. I think it's a miscarriage.
Can you be more specific? What do you mean by a miscarriage you found?
I have no idea. Just please send an officer up here.
It sounds like you may need medical.
It's been wrapped up in a plastic bag and it stinks.
Okay, what is it?
It's a little baby.
The box with a baby laid in front of their eyes, and a family clueless and in tears. Family members immediately gave a lead.
She was been cleaning the garage.
Okay. Who lives here?
That's great.
1, 2, 3?
Double house, the basement and the upstairs are 2 different.
My 2 daughters live here.
What reason would Darren's ex-wife have to not call the police? Was there something else in that house? The garage, perhaps? Detectives immediately call Megan, who was living with her boyfriend in West Valley.
Had her on the phone. She said it was his.
And I just said, what the hell is this? What have you done? And I always found something. She goes, oh, you did?
Get them for it.
Don't call the police. Don't call the police. I'm going to get it.
So she said it was yours. Logically, is that true?
I don't know, man. I never knew.
Let's start off with, is it your wife or your girlfriend?
I'm still married to her, but...
Okay, so legally, according to the law, it's still your wife.
Yes, sir.
Okay, why don't you tell me what her name is?
Megan Huntsman. What happened is when I went to prison, she stuck around for 2 or 3 years and she took off.
But she is with a boyfriend now
Where is she?
in West Valley.
It became clear to the detectives that if anyone knew anything, it would be Megan. She was called to the interrogation room, but the horrific confession she made included more than one dead body.
Are you able to help us understand what's going on here? It was a miscarriage.
It was like 9 years ago when we first left.
And how far into your pregnancy were you?
Like 7 months. It was born, stillborn.
How soon can you come down here? Our detectives need to ask you some follow-up questions so that we can, rule out any kind of foul play.
Okay, there was no foul play.
Okay, listen to me. I need you to stay at your residence. We're going to have a West Valley City officer come pick you up.
You know why we're here? What we're here to talk about? Just start at the beginning and tell me what happened.
Well, we were doing drugs a lot. That's what he was in prison for. I got pregnant right before he left, and I really didn't know because I thought it was just stress and stuff.
And he went to prison in 2006?
Yeah.
How far along were you when he
Like
went?
a couple months.
Where did you have the baby?
In the house, in the bathroom.
In the house that you and Darren lived in? Describe to me what happened.
Well, I was having a lot of pain that day. I didn't go to work. My kids were at school. I went in the bathroom and just sat there and then just pushed really hard. And you know, I was blue and wasn't crying. And I was by myself and I didn't know what to do. And I couldn't get it to cry or anything.
Then what happened?
I got scared and I wrapped it up. Not being smart and calling you guys, I was in shock. It was stupid of me to do it.
What do you mean when you say you wrapped it up?
You remember? It was towels and garlic feathers on me. I put it in the box.
What would you have done differently? Looking back.
Called the cops and told them that I had a baby and that I couldn't get to breathe. I was at paramedics and stuff.
Megan looks very upset and almost pitiful at this point. But as the interrogation proceeds, you realize she had so many chances to seek help. Rather, she says,
Trying to get it to breathe. What did you do?
Well, I tried just to clean his mouth out and stuff, and I couldn't get a response at all.
Okay.
I couldn't feel a heartbeat or anything.
Okay. So you clean the baby's mouth out, try to get it to breathe, and then what?
I passed out for a little bit. I think I lost a lot of blood. And then I just remember my kids got home from school and I just told them I wasn't feeling them. And then I cleaned myself up and I went and got a box.
And then, as far as you know, unless someone else moved it, the baby's been in the box in the garage since that first year that Darren went to prison.
there are too many unanswered questions right now for the detectives who came across a dead baby just this morning. How long had the baby been there? Did anyone else know? But the bigger question right now is, was it a stillborn, a miscarriage, or something far more disturbing? And if you thought what happened so far is bad enough, wait for another 10 minutes where Megan's confessions take a truly dark and terrible turn.
The baby was a boy or a girl. So, did anyone else know that you were pregnant?
I don't show at all.
Did you tell Darren?
No, I never.
Okay. Had you ever had any stillborn babies prior to that? And on these miscarriages, did they all happen at home?
What happened at home?
Did your family have a history of these problems?
The miscarriages? Yeah. My grandma had a lot. I had an aunt that had a stillborn.
So there is a lot of this in your family. All right. Is there anything else that you think I should have asked you that I haven't asked you? Is there anything else that you want me to know?
No.
You know, we really want the right thing for this baby. Proper burial and closure for you and for your family. You know, your husband went to prison, you're raising the kids on your own, and you're overwhelmed, and I can understand that. I mean, Darren just found out that he had another kid that he didn't know about, so clear that you think you should go to jail for this, that you recognize you've done something wrong. We haven't made any decisions like that. We're still just trying to put the story together at this point.
Even hardened detectives would cry at the sight of a dead newborn, and such was the state of Detective Beckstrom. But the nightmare was far from over, because they're about to find something else. Back in Darren's garage, while searching through all the clutter, detectives come across another cardboard box in the same condition as the one that contained the baby. It was sealed with duct tape. On the side, a red label, baby stuff, Megan's. When they opened it, they found heavy packaging and something wrapped in a plastic bag. As they lifted the bag out, a grim stench overwhelmed them. A liquid was seeping through the bottom of the bag. Carefully, they opened it and were horrified to discover the remains of a second baby. Much like the first one, it appeared to be a full-term baby. The detectives at the crime scene immediately made contact with Detective Beckstrom, who was still interrogating her at the police station. He confronted Megan about the discovery, but wasn't prepared for her response.
Investigators in the house right now. They found a second baby. Will you please tell me about that?
Well, there's more. Hey, I'm sorry. I have hit every one of them, and he had to have known I was pregnant through most of them.
There's others? How many?
I'm not even sure. I was on so many drugs and stuff during it all, I can't even remember.
When?
All through the...
For you to remember, if we want to start after you had your first child, when you had the first miscarriage.
One, right after we moved in. I can't even remember. I remember when I had in the tub. They were all stillborn. Every one of them.
Were they full term?
No, they're without me.
Okay, so how many do you think will we find in the garage?
4.
After thinking there were only 2 babies, Megan's number has now doubled to 4 in a few minutes. How many babies do you think there really are now? The answer will leave you rattled.
All 4 in the garage.
Yeah.
Did you keep them in the same place in the garage? What did you?
It was covered.
Okay. And so all 4 boxes are in the same place? Okay. Well, I just want to be able to relay to the detectives what they're going to find. And so all 4
Yes.
children are in the
Yes.
cabinet in the garage?
Yes.
Okay. Why didn't you call for help?
I'm afraid of people know I'm pregnant.
I mean, this is Utah. It's not common for people to have a lot of kids.
Oh, because I was young. Because I was so young.
Several years later, though, when this happened, I mean, you're not so young.
I know. But like I said, the drugs, they mess with you. Bad.
So you're telling me that because you were on drugs, you weren't making good decisions?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it feel better to tell the truth?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, just a minute.
After learning that there were more babies hidden in the garage, Detective Beckstrom left the interrogation room and made contact with detectives at the site. While the search continued at the garage, so did the interrogation. Only one question: how much worse does this get? Spoiler alert: much worse.
We've talked about a lot. I don't know yet. We haven't made those decisions because we're doing the search warrant still. Because of the seriousness of this, they are also going to obtain a search warrant for your house in West Valley. Is there anything in that house that we need to know about before we go up there?
For me, no. All that's up there is my clothes.
Okay.
It's baffling to see Megan's audacity to deny that there are no more children when detectives are literally searching her graveyard of bodies. The truth will come out soon.
So you have the babies been in the garage the whole time?
I never moved them or anything. But yeah, they've been in the garage the whole time.
So
Yeah.
we're talking 8 years ago.
Yes.
I mean, you told me earlier that you put the boxes with the babies in them in the cabinet.
Yeah.
Did you ever take them out of that cabinet?
No.
I imagine in the last 9 years, stuff's been in and out of the
I
cabinet.
didn't think so because I was just there a month or so ago getting my bed and stuff out of there, and I seen it sitting there.
Right. And so did anyone in the world know that that baby was in the garage? Okay.
So
Well, they're saying one of the boxes was on a stack of shelves next to the cabinet. Why would it be there?
unless I moved it or something, but it's not thinking.
Do you know when that might have been?
Before I left, I did. I mean, I haven't been in that house. I've only once since I moved out.
Whether the children were stillborn, miscarriages, or full term, may seem like insignificant details, but they're really important. This one detail changes everything about the case. Had the babies been miscarriages and stillborn, the only crime Megan committed was hiding them. But if it was a full-term baby, which may have been alive, the case turns upside down, and Detective Beckstrom has a premeditated homicide in his hands. He must be careful if he wants to do right by the babies.
No more weight on your shoulders. Okay. When you have these babies,
Yes.
you said after they were born and they were blue and you would try to get them to breathe. What would you do to try to get them to breathe?
Sometimes I was so scared, I
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Sorry, like shake them, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Did you have like the suction cup they used to clean out their mouths?
No, just use my finger and stuff.
You described you had the one in the tub, that you'd fill the tub and had.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
Was that baby alive when it was born?
I think it was. For a short time.
What happened?
Well, you'd think if I had a baby in the house, it just cried, so it would hit,
Mm-hmm. Well, you say you think it was for a short time. What was it moving? Did it start to breathe?
No, it wasn't breathing. I could see a little heartbeat and then it stopped.
Okay. For about how long?
Not very long at all.
This is probably the biggest slip and mistake Megan made for herself. She's confessed that the child was alive. The case has taken a whole new direction now. The truth is painful to hear, how the babies drew their last breath, how Megan, who was supposed to protect them, became their torturer, how she ended their short lives just after they were born. But what about the other children? Major confession ahead.
Bed when it was born. Do you think it might have been alive for a short time as well?
It might have.
What we need is the truth.
I did one of them.
Which one?
Can't remember. No, I was just so scared. I was so on drugs so bad I choked it.
How did you choke it?
Yeah.
Do you think all four of these babies were alive when they were born?
I'm pretty sure one of them wasn't.
And did you choke the others?
Yes, I did.
And you put them in a towel, put them in garbage bags, and then put them in a box and put it in the garage. So one was dead when it was born, and the other three you choked. And why did you choke them?
I don't know. Scared, I was in shock.
Have you ever told anyone this?
No, I've never told a soul.
So when we run DNA tests, will they all be Darren's?
Yes, they will.
Detective Beckstrom was right. Huntsman now told him that 3 of the babies were born alive, and she had strangled them to death. Over at the family's home, the search continued, and in the garage, detectives found the body of baby number 3. They were packaged up in a box much more secure than the other 2, with layers upon layers of duct tape. Once they opened it up, there was a plastic bag, but it was wrapped up in vinyl. When they opened that up, they found a baby's body wrapped up in a plastic bag and tile. The search pressed on, and in another cardboard box, detectives found a 4th baby. They were found under 2 blankets and 2 bath tiles in the bottom left corner of a cubby. The grim findings didn't end there. While Huntsman had initially told Detective Beckstrom that there were 4 dead babies in the home, detectives uncovered a 5th. They were found inside a cabinet on the east wall of the garage, in a white apple box, a green hand towel, and a red and green blanket. The cabinet contained diapers, toilet paper, and plastic wrap. Detective Beckstrom was notified by detectives at the scene about the 5th body.
You haven't told me everything. How many do you think there possibly could be?
Honestly, I don't know how many. 4 I can think of, but I don't.
Okay. They are up to 5. And so now that there's 5, are you still only certain that one of them was dead when it was born? And so the other 4 were alive?
There could be more. Like I said, I can't remember a damn thing.
How many do you think there would be?
I'd say 8 or 9.
There are truly no words to express the shock or grief that the families and detectives would have felt upon hearing that. So many babies, so many lives that were taken away by a single person's decision. It still begs the question, did Darren really not know? Let's see what Megan has to say about it.
And I know there's none in the house. I mean, you'd smell them if they were in the house.
Right. Did the smell from the garage ever come in the house? It would just be out in the garage.
People said it was some smell, like in the heat of the summer. We had cats and stuff, and and I think it was always just blamed on them.
They would just leave it open?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying Darren never knew?
No, what I told you, only me. I've kept this to myself for 18 years.
So I'm the only person that you've ever told?
Yes.
When I talked to you earlier, you mentioned that Darren should have known. What do you mean by that? Did you tell her?
No. I don't know why. I think my mind was just so out of it, I didn't even, all I focused on was the next fix. But how can you not know? How can you sleep with someone every night and not know that?
When we're talking about Darren knowing that you were pregnant because he's in your bed, those aren't miscarriages. And so did you just tell him that you miscarried?
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you told him that it was a miscarriage, he never asked what you did with the miscarriage?
While the interrogation continued, so did the search in the garage, and it wasn't long before a 6th body was found. This baby was discovered wrapped up in a sweater and stuffed inside a box in the same cabinet as baby number 5. But the search didn't end there, and the detectives came across baby number 7. This baby was covered with pink and brown tiles and placed in a large box inside a black garbage sack. Alongside the baby was discarded clothing, including women's underwear and bloody white gloves. Following the search in the garage, detectives began searching the interior of the home in the master bedroom. They came across suspicious stains that appeared to have bled through the top of the mattress and into the box spring underneath. In the closet, they found tiny baby clothing and small booties. After the search was complete and detectives were satisfied they had found all of the babies, they turned their attention to the trailer where Huntsman was currently living. However, they found nothing else there other than Xanax, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia.
You said you were certain that only one was stillborn and that you strangled the rest.
Yes.
Well, I think I'm ready to take you upstairs then. And we're going to put you in a holding cell while we finish processing the scene. Okay?
Megan Huntsman was arrested and booked in the Utah County Jail on 6 counts of murder, but detectives still needed to get to the bottom of Darren's involvement. How is it possible to not see that your wife has had 7 full-term pregnancies? He was brought in for questioning. While 7 babies were ultimately found, Darren only knew about the first one, or so he claimed.
Well, I'm just trying to understand everything that's happened. So she's saying that baby was a miscarriage after he went in prison.
That's what she told me. Is that what she's still saying?
Yes. We did get a search warrant in the house, and there's more than one. And so, how many times was your wife pregnant?
Well, I have 3 daughters, and I know of one other time that she had a miscarriage. I never even knew she was pregnant with 2 of my daughters until she was like 4 or 5 months along. And then she told me, I don't know, sir.
How
many was there?
There was 7.
You were kidding me.
I'm not. She said that the first one was shortly after you moved into the house.
Oh my God.
And that the last one, she was pregnant by you before you went to prison.
Wait, so she says they're all mine?
That's what she says. And that's why I'm glad you're here, because I would have thought that if she was pregnant 7 times in the 10-year period that you lived in that house, that surely you would have known.
Holy
Darren was very visibly distraught by the grim revelation. He put his hand to his head and began to cry.
Admitted to some crimes, to some horrible things. She admits that she killed some of them after they were born. Like I said, she's being completely honest, and I really wish you were too.
What do you want me to say? I didn't know she was killing kids, and I didn't know she was put in boxes. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how she could give birth and then I don't know.
Were you there when any of these were born?
No, sir. No, sir. I swear.
What we want to do is we want to do what's right. We want to have closure for these children. We want to have closure for your kids that are alive. For these babies' grandparents. I mean, these babies were in a garage for years.
Yeah, I never knew that, though. I never knew that.
Even after finding all the dead bodies, there was no closure. So many questions came. Was this her only option? Was there something else going on? Was it the drugs? How is it even possible? Megan answered all in another interview, but left more disturbing answers instead.
That's one of the things that a lot of people are having a hard time understanding is that you successfully had so many home births without major complications.
I don't know. I know I never had any complications.
Okay.
So you didn't have like prolonged bleeding or anything like that you were worried about? Hemorrhaging or anything?
To answer the question as to how it is even possible that no one ever saw the pregnancy, it is possible. Very rarely, women have something called cryptic pregnancy, where you can't see the belly protrude, sometimes even until labor starts. There are many reasons for it, majorly the organ placement being such. There is no public record stating that it was Megan's condition as well, and she also had no clarity. However rare, it is a possibility. After a few births, she herself became an expert, or rather, it takes help to keep a child alive, not to strangle it and box it up as Megan explains.
One more thing I wanted to ask you about, again, from watching my interviews back. When I would confirm about the 7 children, and you would say that the first 6 you choked, that you'd get a towel or a shirt or whatever.
Yeah, I just told you I wasn't sure which ones.
Right. And you'd put it in the towel, choke it, deliver the afterbirth, put it in the towel, wrap it up, get a garbage sack, and find a box. Would you have emptied the box before you went into labor, or how would that process work?
What do you mean empty it? Like it had stuff in it?
Yeah, you said you'd get a box.
Sometimes,
would you get the box ready?
Like I said, I would, like, if I was in the bathroom, I'd put the baby under the bathroom sink wrapped up, and then I'd go find a box.
Okay. And so you'd have to go empty the box right after you've delivered?
Not right after. I'd wait a couple hours, you know.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do it right after. No, there's no way.
Right. Well, when I would rehash these, and you would say that the one when Darren was in prison was stillborn.
That's the one I can't think, I think.
And that's just it, is you're not sure.
Yeah.
Why aren't you sure? What are you remembering?
All I can remember from that day is I know I went into labor and I had it fast. And I was trying to hurry before my girls got home from school. Mm-hmm. And I can't even remember. I can't. I'm sorry. My mind is just a total blank.
And you say you have a hard time remembering.
I do. I'm like rattling my brain in there. And I can't.
Why do you think it's so hard to remember?
I don't know. I think it's because I really can't even remember half of what I was doing then.
And that's because you were...
Yeah, and I can't remember now. I've been sitting back.
When you say yeah, you mean because you were using meth?
Yeah.
Okay.
This has got to be a trying time for you.
Okay.
This has got to be a trying time for you.
Oh, I keep laying there, hoping I'll fall asleep. It was just a dream, but...
What? What's a dream?
All this. Everything I've done. I'll lay there, just close my eyes, and just hope I don't wake up. I don't know, I've got so much running through my head right now.
Sounds like you feel like shameful.
I don't know, I've always just felt like that. I've always just felt I'm not even worthy of being alive. And I don't know why.
Another question that's come up is, if you were ashamed, why didn't you get on birth control?
I don't know.
Did you think about it?
I know I was on it for a little bit. It made me sick like the first time I took it, and so I just stopped taking it, and I never even thought of it again. I know, people out there are probably just wanting to kill me right now, huh?
I wouldn't say that. They're looking for answers. They want to understand why. And the how. And we might not ever know how.
But the why is, I don't know why.
Well, it sounds like you've told us that it's a combination of money,
combination.
drugs, and shame. Would you say that that's fair to say?
Yeah.
Did you want to keep any of these babies?
Yeah, I did. And I don't know, like I said, my mind, I was just messed up in drugs and got scared, didn't know what I was doing, and then, I don't know how it happened so many times. I don't have an explanation. Well, it's out, and I know I did wrong, and I know I should be punished for it. So it's not up to me. It's up to, but I'm not saying, oh, well, I should just be let free, because I know I shouldn't be.
That's why I'm asking you, what do you...
I don't know what punishment, but I do deserve to be punished, so.
For what?
For what I've done. So, it's up to the judge and God, not to me.
We blame or even hate Megan because we feel the loss of those children. There are so many families that are looking for a child. This horrible situation in another world would have meant 7 families made whole if Megan had just decided to leave them for adoption. But evils like postpartum depression is a very real thing, only felt by the person facing it. A woman faces a lot of changes in her body, and especially her brain during and after having a child. That mixed with Megan's drug habits only cooked up disaster. Watching Megan's interrogation, you really see, here's a woman who was scared and never guided. While it doesn't justify her crimes, at least they bring us close to an explanation. Rather than going to trial, Megan Huntsman pleaded guilty in February of 2015 to 6 counts of first-degree murder after investigators determined that one of the 7 infants discovered in her garage had been stillborn. During sentencing, Huntsman addressed the court through a written statement, saying she believed she had spared the babies from the life she would have given them while struggling with methamphetamine addiction. Prosecutors described her actions as calculated and callous, while her defense argued that years of addiction and an unstable home life had profoundly affected her judgment. Judge Darrell McDade ultimately sentenced her to 3 consecutive life sentences, with additional life terms to run concurrently. Under Utah law, Huntsman will not be eligible for parole until 2064. As of August 2026, Megan Huntsman remains incarcerated in the Utah State Prison, where she is serving her life sentence. Her ex-husband, Darren West, who discovered the first infant's remains in 2014 after returning to clean out the family garage following his release from federal prison, has largely stayed out of the public eye and has not made regular public statements about the case. Their surviving daughters have also maintained private lives. During Huntsman's sentencing in 2015, two of the daughters submitted letters asking the court to show mercy toward their mother, but there have been no verified public reporting indicating that they have spoken publicly or remained involved in media coverage of the case since then.